Hey Gemini, welcome to your May 2020 reading for the month of May. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. You could be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign, or you could be watching for someone that's a Gemini. Either way, I am grateful you are here. You can follow me on Instagram at Candy Wishman or on Patron where I do exclusive Twinflame content. It's in the description box below. Just as a preface, I don't know if it's just the energy of this time. My readings tend to be a little on the let's work through our wounds side to bring up stuff that needs healing. So I don't want to trigger anyone. If I do, know that it needs to come up. But they start out like really happy and positive and go to this place of like, we need to deal with this stuff. And then it ends up being positive again at the end. But I just want to warn people that this is not like I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt type of energy. Whatever collective have higher selves is coming through, they're like, we got a mission and we got to bang this out. So, all right, let's get started. So we're going to look at the overall energy, Gemini. What is the overall energy? And it's not going to resonate with all Gemini, and I'm completely okay with that. Just take whatever is in sort of, recognized by your heart, by your soul, by your understanding, your knowing. Okay, what is going on with Gemini? Okay, we have manifestation. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Okay. Yeah, that's a powerful card. Okay, manifesting, in the power of manifestation, truly understanding how manifestation works. So I'm being called to say this. So our souls are our energy. We call out for something and the universe will always support us. But what it does is it's like, okay, you want this, but you have blockages to that. So we're going to bring in situations that help you remove those blockages so that we can deliver what you are calling in. Very interestingly, on the bottom, we have the truth. We have an unveiling. We have the mask coming off, okay? We are all, a lot of us on this planet right now, okay, are experiencing that to some degree, where we're being guided to truly be who we're meant to be, because that's actually what the world needs right now. It doesn't need another, I keep wanting to say it doesn't need another Kardashian. I don't even talk about them. I don't even know where that came from, but to know, we don't need more Kardashians. We don't need more influencers or people that want to think they have to be a certain way for people to like them. We need authentic people. And I feel that's really being called to you right now, Gemini. Who is the authentic you? Okay, that is who the world needs. That is who the world wants. And for those of you who are wanting to influence, that is going to be the key to your success, because people are opening up energetically. They're starting to feel things differently. They're starting to respond to people's energy versus what they say or how they look. So the more genuine you are in who you are, the more genuine and responsive people are going to be with you. And here's the thing, the mask is layered, okay? You may not know exactly who you are underneath all of that, okay? You might discover yourself in layers, and that's okay too, okay? All right, let's see what you can focus on this month. Okay, very, very interesting. Okay, yeah. So we have the Seven of Swords on the bottom. It's a deception card, okay? It's a deception card, but I don't feel like other people are deceiving you, so to speak. The first card that popped out is the Devil, okay? The Devil is about codependency and attachment, but it's always about understanding the need for appearances, okay? Which I think is very fitting in this case, okay? So for those of you, you might really want to be an influential person, but as long as there are blockages to how you influence, okay? Because if you're influencing based on someone else's modality, you're going to have blockages there. So I feel like that's going to be a huge theme for you. So focusing where you feel, okay, you need to appear a certain way or speak a certain way or be a certain way for other people in order for them to be interested in what you have to offer. because then it's like almost like you're equating your value or your worth to whether somebody resonates with you or not. And I understand that as a reader. I always want to make sure that I'm offering content that resonates with people, but sometimes you just got to go with what your heart is saying and know that the right people are going to resonate and trust. That's a scary place, right? As an entrepreneur. And it's not about your hair being done or your makeup being done. It's about like, and I hate to say this because it sounds so judgy, but it's just sort of like, if you're trying to sound like an infomercial instead of just talking like you would talk to one of your friends, or I just feel like there's something about that resonance that the time of infomercials, the time of selling people is over. So if you really truly want to influence and have an impact, you're gonna have the best impact and the most influence being who you are and what you have to offer here. What is it that brings joy? What is it that, yeah, okay, so I'm being called, okay, so we have the Two of Cups. This is a relationship card, but to me, it's showing up as when you look in the mirror, do you see an equal to everybody else? This is about being an equal. This is about what you have to offer has value. Okay. And then we have the Wheel. So we have divine timing. We also have like serendipity, fate. So the things that you're going through now and deconstructing, okay, are pivotal to where you want to go with this. It's actually going to help you help people. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of energy around focusing what your intentions are and what you're actually putting your energy into. If it's exhausting for you, chances are you are not being authentic to your true energy. If it's tiring, it's because you're trying so hard to be something you're not. And who's to say you're not meant to break the mold? Who's to say that you're meant to do it exactly how everybody else does it? And here's the thing, right? Because we want to do that because then we can measure our success. We can compare and measure. But that's all over too. You kind of just have to compare against yourself, how you felt about it in the moment. Is it truly aligned with what you want to do and want to offer? And it doesn't matter what that looks like for you. You don't have to be a martyr. You don't have to be all about helping people. If you want to make millions of dollars, make millions of dollars. Be authentic about it. Right? It's very interesting how we put judgment and parameters around everything. Okay, I promise I won't lecture too much. I don't know. I got to just roll with what comes out. Okay, so let's take a look at what needs to be surrendered this month, Gemini. What needs to be surrendered? Oops, what? Ooh, okay. Yeah. Hey now. Yeah, okay. So we have the Knight of Wands on the bottom. The Knight of Wands is that back and forth energy. Should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I not? That often happens when because I can look back and be like, I get really excited about something. Okay. I'll get really excited about it and then I'll say something to somebody and they'll be like, I don't know. And based on their reaction, then I'll have doubt. Or I'll see that somebody else did it and I don't know if it was better than what I could do or it was better, or it flopped and then it creates doubt. So do you see how I was always putting that external value out here and then it was making me doubt how I felt about things? And the way we feel about things, that's our secret sauce. That's our magic. That's the passion with which we thrive. So I feel like perhaps outside validation that causes doubt needs to be surrendered. Sometimes you kind of have to use that Seven of Swords energy and be a little sneaky with your agenda and just do what you got to do. Okay. Then we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is it's an awareness. What I think is very interesting is the burning in the background. I don't know if it's a burning bridges kind of an energy. Feeling the need to, for some of you, this is going to be hard to say, but feeling the need to tear down someone else to make you feel better. And you may not do that publicly, but the energy is still there somewhere. because all that does is keep you in lack and negativity, right? It actually prevents you from being in this manifestation power. And then the King of Swords. The King of Swords is kind of like, this is my way or the highway. Okay, this is the only way that it can be done, because this is the only way that there's proof that it works. So surrendering to the fact that how you do things may not have been created yet, because you are meant to be the creator. Okay, I get that. I totally get that. Like, how do we know we're successful? We have to base it on, and I gotta tell you, like, for me, I'm the most successful when I least expect it. I don't know why, but it helps me surrender. We're just going to say that, okay? All right. So what challenges are you going to face with this? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So we have the Five of Swords on the bottom. Okay. Hollow victories, superficiality around victory, laying your swords down, picking your battles, okay? Paired with the Death card and the Nightmare card, the Nine of Swords. So what I get from this is you're going to be challenged because there's going to be a lot of fear over certain things ending. Especially if you've put a lot of effort and work into something and it's not, and the concept is you have to scrap that and start from scratch, so to speak. There's going to be a lot of fear around that. There's going to be a lot of frustration around that. But know that had to end, okay, so you could have this new beginning. Because when you put so much energy into something that isn't actually aligned with you, it just sucks your energy. But you were meant to go through that so you could learn certain things and take those skill sets with you to what's actually more aligned for you. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. You're going to be challenged by that energy because we as human beings like to hang on to things. We do not like to grieve over loss. And maybe it's this concept that, you know, whoever your favorite influencer is or whatever it is, maybe you're not going to be like them. Maybe you're not going to do what they do. Maybe you're going to have your own way of influencing. But it's a different energy because you're not necessarily catering to other people and letting them set your value. You're saying, what I have, this is very valuable. I feel what I have to offer is super valuable. I think it can help a lot of people, and you just run with that. You don't worry about how they receive you. And I get that completely goes against any and all marketing, okay, that we've known for the past X amount of years, okay? But this is the change of the world, and this is the change of the energy, and I feel like you're in a really good place to be able to switch that out now to make things easier for you. Because the more in flow you are with you and your own energy, the better off, the easier things will come. Okay, the blockages will be removed. We resist because we continue to try and put someone else's concept of reality in our filter. So it makes things difficult for us. All right, supportive energy. What supportive energy do we have here? Okay. So I love this. We have the Divine Feminine on the Empress, the Divine Feminine energy on the bottom. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. We all have this energy in us. It's the abundance energy. It's creativity. It's authenticity. Okay. The Empress is the Queen of Queens. Okay. She doesn't worry about what anyone else is doing. She does her own thing, and she knows it's for the greater good. Okay. I love that this came up because this is the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups to me is bounty and friendship. So what I feel is those people that truly know you, okay, that you can trust to be honest with you, say, okay, what do you think the real me is? You know, you can, again, I understand that's kind of looking for outside validation, but I think it's okay if you're using that to continue your inner work to finding yourself. Okay. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So I love that this card showed up here because this is a card of hanging on too tightly out of fear. So if, let's say you're talking to a friend and they suggest something to you and you instantly resist it, where is that resistance coming from? Are you hanging on too tightly to this concept of success? and what is that? Or is it just not for you? It's actually going to be a really good test value for you to determine, okay, if you're acting out of fear and not letting go of things and having those attachments, or if it's just not meant for you. I think it's going to be a good practice, but it's a good supportive energy because it tells you where you're in fear. And when you know you're in fear, you know what wound's being protected. You can go in there and heal the wound and then release the fear. Okay. Not an easy thing to do, but it is something that can be done. All right, let's take a look at important events. Okay, well then. Very interesting combination. We have patience and a man holding a heart. Okay. So I find this really, really interesting because this entire read hasn't really been about relationships. Not really. I mean, I could look at all these cards and redo that, but that's not the energy I picked up on. I feel though the patience card makes sense because we have an energy of needing to be patient with yourself throughout this entire process. The man holding a heart is often an energy of external validation, because this is an energy of a man holding up their heart to you. Okay, often comes as a reward, or often something that we see as having value. I think it's very fascinating that it showed up this way. And it has to do, and I get how out there this is going to sound, it has to do with our parameters around status and the status of being in a relationship or not being in a relationship. And maybe that's coming through so that it can help you understand how those parameters, those status parameters, are actually affecting your ability to be an influencer. It goes along, it's sort of like there's this really weird shame, like cultural shame around being single. So if someone offers their heart to you, then there's nothing wrong with you. So I feel like this is more, I don't know, and it could be that someone's going to come into your life and offer their heart to you, okay? Or they're going to come in and help you see the truth of things, okay? I think I think both things had to come up for a reason, but I think that's the major event, because I came back to it being in a major event. I think that's the major event, that someone's going to come in, whether they're male or female, doesn't matter. They're going to help you see the truth of things, though. But it's going to be patience. You don't know when it's going to come. But if you're having a hard time wrapping your head around this and seeing it, I feel like that person's going to help you do just that. Okay. It's someone you respect. It's someone you care about. Or you care about. Maybe you'll even love them. I don't know. All right, we're going to leave off with some guidance from the fairies. What do we got for Gemini? Because that just took a real weird turn at the end. A bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. Okay, this is the Two of Wands. It's about making decisions, but I love that it's sort of like hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams. Okay. You will be successful in this. This will be a success for you. This hardship you're enduring in this small dose of time is only to make things easier for you in the future. So you get to deal with all your stuff in the present so that your future can be brighter and much easier. Okay, I hope that this has helped. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing month.